replacement for the F12 has finally surfaced, guys. Ferrari officially announced yesterday its replacement, the A12 Superfast. Now, we'll get into this in a moment, but for now, let's talk about the F12 for a little while, because I am a car spotter, as you all know, and it's been an amazing experience. I've seen so many F12s, and there are reasons why I haven't gotten tired of seeing one. Hey buddy, how you doing? This has been my favorite GT car for a while. I mean, it really is a proper one, with the comfort, the luxury, the performance, looks, everything. It is a perfect GT car. It's like a racing interior finished with stitched leather all over the place, the cushioning seats, the beautiful exterior styling with some parts being functional, getting into the naturally aspirated 6.3 liter V12 screaming 731 horsepower. It is not something that's just practical and user-friendly on long trips. It is also track capable, light, nimble, fast. I was always aware that the successor of the F12 would have a lot to live up to, and it is finally here. Now, when I first read about this car on Motor Trend yesterday, it is clear that the name Superfast sounds silly. I mean, I just at first thought that Motor Trend themselves gave it a nickname with an 800 horsepower V12 under the hood. Naturally aspirated. It sounds sillier than even the name LaFerrari, but there is some heritage behind it. The name Superfast travels all the way back to the 60s with the 500 Superfast. This was also a V12 GT car, so you can basically see how they adopted the name into this new model, which kind of makes sense, again, when a screaming, naturally aspirated V12 sits under the hood. Now, when I first saw the pictures, one thing I really noticed is that the side spoilers are gone. Now, these were the signature characteristics of the F12, which I really liked, and it's gone. I'm not exactly sure why they took that off, because it is aerodynamically beneficial. Now, from the side, overall, it pretty much looks like a pumped up F12. There's quite a lot of regression going on the side of the car in the name of aerodynamics. There's air inlets behind the side windows and diffusers right above the taillights, and those taillights, I mean, look at those. They're going back to the older style of quad taillights, which I loved about Ferrari when I was growing up, with the 360, the 575. These are the cars I grew up with, and I love those taillights, and Ferrari's going back to that, which is also what they did with the GT4 Lusso. I gotta say, I'm very excited about this. I was hoping for this to happen. You can't get any more Ferrari than that. There's also diffusers on the sides of the back of the car. You've got a brand new, completely different rear diffuser, which I don't really like as much as the one on the F12, where it gave that signature Formula 1 look. It also means that the F1 style reverse light is gone. The front end of the car looks too much like the F12 TDF. They could have updated that style a little bit more. I noticed those inlets there on each side of the car by the headlights. And when you look at it from this angle, you also notice some other aerodynamical features, as well as more exterior details. Just look at that interior. I mean, you have all the electronic gizmos, you have the Manatino, you have a bunch of technology, a race car-like interior wrapped in leather. A lot of the buttons and functions are in the same places as the F12s. However, the style seems highly updated, and it does look really futuristic. And it seems, just like the F12, there's quite a lot of passenger side entertainment, displays and this and that. What I love about all Ferraris is that their interiors never feel cramped, because there isn't too much going on. That gigantic center console, you don't have that in Ferraris, which I really like. I'm not gonna lie to you, and this interior is no exception. I've been in quite a few F12s, and the visibility is amazing. You can see out the front and sides and the back really well. It is a very practical car, with the dimensions of this car being very similar to that of the F12s. I'm sure the A12 is the same exact way, if not better. Now again, this car was just announced yesterday, and Ferrari hasn't released much details about it yet. We don't know about the pricing. We only know a few things about the car so far. A naturally aspirated 800 horsepower V12 engine, 530 pound-feet of torque at 7,500 RPM, and the peak power is at 8,500 RPM. And this car will be the first Ferrari road car to feature electromagnetic power steering, which will further assist drivers when the car is taken to its limits and keep them from winding up in a tree or a tire wall. It takes a lot of driver skill to drive the F12 on its limits and tame it. So how do I feel about this car overall? It looks too much like an F12. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was just another form or a variant of the F12. I mean, come on, did the 599 look like a 575? That's basically one of the only things I don't like about this new design, and another being that the fact that the Formula 1 rear end is gone. I mean, mean, come on, tell me that wasn't awesome. It was one of my favorite features of the F12, and they should have kept that at least. But of course, the design already looks way too much like an F12, so I guess they had to do some changes there to further differentiate the new car from the F12. And that's pretty much it. I love everything else about it. The stunning, aggressive looks really make up for the car. It does look futuristic, it does look beautiful, it does look crazy. Ferrari, you are amazing. Stop and go traffic, long trips, or whatever, they are so practical when you need them to be, and they are really fast and badass cars on the track when you need them to be. And the new 812 Superfast does not seem to be anything short of that. They will officially unveil the car at the Geneva Motor Show. Being a car spotter, for me, seeing this car in person is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and I just cannot wait. It could have looked a little more different than the F12, but I'm sure when I see this car in person, it's gonna look like a character of its own. Well, anyways, that'll be it today, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons. Follow me on my adventures, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.